All right, so if you can see, they got lunch hanging up, and I think it's gonna get ziplined down. Oh, there's the. Did you see it come out?
What? What?
The tiger.
Alrighty, everyone. Once again, good afternoon. If you can hear my voice, I'm hanging out in the front center of our tiger habitat. My name is Adam. I'm one of the educators here at the zoo. We are going to get started with today's tiger demonstration. Right now, our animal care specialists, or at least some of them, are sort of in this middle part between these two habitats, and they have attached a 40-pound pig carcass to a zip line that we are going to offer to one of our tigers. Her name is Clojo. Clojo is one of our girl tigers. Our other girl tiger is hanging out in the habitat to the right. Oh, it looks like that pig is making its way down.
Ooh, look at Clojo
She's thinking
stalking.
about it. She's going after it. We'll see how long it takes for her to get her down.
Oh.
That was a good jump from Clojo. Oh, she's going
Nice.
for it again. Clojo, right off the bat, you may notice that while those are some impressive jumps, she might look a little bit on the small side for a tiger. Clojo weighs in around 200 pounds, which is definitely not a small kitty. She's larger than I would like to contend with, especially looking at how she went after that pig. But
Wow.
she is on the smaller side, especially compared to Nikita, who's hanging out in the habitat to the right. Nikita's a little bit bigger at 260 pounds. You may also notice some differences in their coat and their coloration. Clojo is a very vibrant dark orange, while Nikita is a little bit more of a tan orange. Clojo also has a much more thin and sleek coat, while Nikita is a little bit more fluffy, especially around her face and her tummy. The reasons for so many physical differences between Clojo and Nikita is because they are two totally different types of tigers. Oh, Clojo might be going for it again. She's thinking about it.
You can do it,
Maybe
Clojo.
not this time. Like I said, they're two totally different types of tigers. Clojo is a Sumatran tiger. They're the smallest type of tiger in the world, which is why she's so much smaller than our others. They're also native to the island of Sumatra in Southeast Asia, which is covered in very dense rainforest. It is hot, it is humid, which is why Clojo has a much more thin and sleek coat. Nikita, on the other hand, is an Amur tiger. You may also know them as Siberian tigers. They're the largest type of tiger in the world, which is why Nikita's bigger than Clojo. They're also native to very cold areas. Places like eastern Russia, northern China, lots of snow, which is why we see Nikita has that fluffier coat. While you can use the physical differences to tell Nikita and Clojo apart, I like to use their personalities to tell them apart. Both of our girl tigers are pretty spicy. They got some fire to them. However, they're spicy in different ways. I'll start with Nikita. She's spicy in the way that she likes to play games with her animal care specialist, hiding in different parts of her home, whether it's behind a log or a rock, pretending to sneak up on them and pounce. Now, we know it's a very playful pounce, and it's a great way to highlight the relationship that she's built with her animal care specialist. We also know what a real pounce looks like, especially when we see them on the zip line like Clojo here today. So we don't have to worry about her actually pouncing on us, but it is a fun game for her to play. Clojo, she is spicy in the way that she has a lot of big feelings, and she would like everyone to know what those big feelings are, whether it's through her body language or the many noises that she makes. And with such unique and individualized personalities between our tigers, whether they are spicy or not, it's important that we can provide the best individualized care for each of them. And one of the best ways that we can provide that care is through the food that our tigers are getting. Again, if you're just joining us, Clojo over here in the habitat to the left has a 40-pound pig hanging out off that zip line that Clojo is thinking about getting after. I don't have a great view of Clojo. Can anybody tell me where she is currently? She's behind sort of those mushroom lily pad things. All right, she maybe needs a little bit of a break. That's okay. She did put in a lot of energy in those last few jumps trying to get that pig down. She'll take a break. She might come back to it in just a second. Offering something like a pig carcass might be a little shocking at first, but these pig carcasses are an important part of the rotating diet that we can offer our carnivores. Animals, like tigers, are what are called obligate carnivores. You may have heard the word carnivore before, an animal that eats meat. When we add that obligate carnivore to it, it means that it's an animal that really only eats meat. And for our tigers, that's usually something like ground beef. But as you can imagine, if we only gave our tigers ground beef, they'd get kind of bored of it. They'd get tired of it. Think of eating only a baked potato all day, every single day. I know I would get tired of baked potatoes. But if you came to me and told me that I could only eat potato, but gave it to me in so many different varieties, like French fries, hash browns, tater tots, I could probably be convinced to just eat potato. And that is the exact same mindset we have with our carnivores, like our tigers. I call it the potato mindset. Offering just ground beef would be boring, but offering something like a pig carcass along with that ground beef, or cow necks, bison ribs, all of this variety, make sure that their snacks are staying fun and interesting. If you look, all of you look behind you. Oh, and we have Clojo going up on the catwalk too. We have Nikita on the catwalk behind you as well. Nikita and Clojo have lost interest in that pig. Maybe they're gaining some interest in each other, which is a great opportunity to talk about tigers and why they are in different habitats. Clojo and Nikita, you'll notice, cannot physically interact with each other. Tigers are solitary animals. They do not want to share their space. They do not want to share their food, especially when it comes to a pig carcass. So you'll notice that this door above me, on this other side of the catwalk, is closed. While Nikita and Clojo can't physically interact, they can still see and hear and smell each other. And that is exactly how it would work in their native range. If we had any tigers, they would have their own territory in their native range, but they would encounter other tigers, like I said, a little spicy. They would encounter other tigers, and that would be through scent or sight or hearing, and they would make sure that they have their own distance. Like I said, we're keeping that door closed so that they have their own space. But these behaviors that you're seeing right now, they are a little bit spicy, but it's an important part of encouraging those natural tiger behaviors. This is exactly what would happen in their native range, so making sure that they have the opportunity to display those behaviors is very important, and it's pretty exciting to see as well. All right, Clojo's making her way back. Oh, no, never mind, she faked me out. She's thinking about making her way back, maybe back to the pig. She's thinking about it. Now here at the zoo, like I said, Clojo and Nikita have their own space. We want to make sure that they feel safe and comfortable in their home.
Did you see her running?
And a big part of that is respecting their home, making sure that it is their own, that not too many things change all at once. That's especially important.
What's the big guy's name? Is it Victor?
In the habitat to the right, she likes everything the way that she left it. She doesn't like too many changes. You all can do the exact same thing for our Colorado habitats by doing something we call leaving no trace. If you're out camping or hiking, making sure to pick up any food or trash, or like we do with Nikita, leaving everything the way that you found it is a great way to respect Colorado habitats, just like we respect our habitats here at the zoo. Another great way to respect and protect habitats, wildlife, is by doing this. being here at the Denver Zoo Conservation Alliance, supporting our mission as a conservation organization to inspire communities to save wildlife for future generations. Just by being here today, you all are helping to save wildlife both here in Colorado and around the world. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to any members of the zoo. Without your continued support, we cannot accomplish our mission of saving wildlife for future generations. If you've ever thought about becoming a member, or if your renewal date for your membership is fast approaching, we are running a special 30% off discount on any renewals or new memberships. If you want to come back, see Clojo and Nikita again, we have that 30% off discount, and one of our membership specialists, Jose, standing right to the left of me, also in the middle front part of our tiger habitat. Feel free to talk to him if you have any questions about membership. He'd be happy to get you that 30% off discount. If you are just joining us since I've started talking, my name is Adam. I'm also in the front center of our tiger habitat. You might be able to tell that we have a pig carcass hanging out on that zip line, waiting for one of our tigers, Clojo, to get that down. She's taking a little bit of a break. Is she near it?
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay, she's thinking about it. As Clojo is hanging out with us, thinking about getting that pig down, she has to think a little bit harder about how she's getting her food. This is another really important reason of why we would do something like a pig carcass, but not even just a pig carcass on a zip line. This means that it makes it a little bit harder. It's more challenging for Clojo to get her snacks, which might not make a whole lot of sense right off the bat. Why would we want to make it more challenging for our tigers to get their food? If you think about a tiger in their native range, let's think about a Sumatran tiger in the rainforest looking at catching their food. They have to work pretty hard. I've never been to Sumatra, but I can imagine that there aren't meatballs hanging out on the ground all over the place. Tigers in their native range have to work to catch their food, and that's exactly what we want to encourage here at the zoo. Clojo needs to put in that effort. She needs to put in that work, not only physically, like jumping up to get that pig, she has to use her brain a little bit. It's almost like solving a puzzle. How does she want to get that pig off the zip line? So again, offering this item or this pig carcass in such a unique and a fun way is a great way to encourage that activity with our tigers. As we're waiting for Clojo to get that pig down, if anybody has any questions about our tigers, I'd be happy to answer them. We also have one of our amazing Denver Zoo volunteers, Jody, hanging out also in the circular part of the habitat. She's by the cart. She also has some fun things to look at for our tigers, like some enrichment items and a whole tiger skull. So if you want to get a little bit more hands-on with learning about our tigers, feel free to talk to Jody or myself. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay.
Crazy how it like picks up. What?
Oh no.
That is a great question. Is she not that hungry? Like, what is happening? It takes a lot of effort. So she also wants to assess and make sure that she isn't going to overexert herself and maybe get injured. So just like us, how we usually have boundaries of what we will do for our snacks, our tigers are the same way. And that is not a short distance to jump. So she tried her first time, and she's just sort of like reassessing. Yeah. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes they get it first try. Yeah. Yes, Nikita is intently watching. She is also curious to see if she is going to get a pig. She will probably get a pig sometime next week, or if not, the week after that. So every month, every single one of our carnivores, whether it's tigers, lions, hyenas, will get a pig carcass.
When's the lion
We go through about 750 pounds of pig every month. Oh yeah, that is a great question. Other than a pig carcass, what other things are we offering? Is it every day? It can really vary a whole lot. So I would say their more regular meal is going to be something like ground beef. Ground beef is a lot for training.
Hey!
She's about to get it.
Yay!
Applause for Clojo.
Go, Chloe.
Well done.
She jumped.
Yeah, she did it.
Oh, that is a great question. Are these tigers happy in the wintertime? Clojo, she is more of a warm weather tiger. So on a warmer day like today, she does great. When it starts to hit like 40-ish degrees, she'd rather stay inside. Nikita, this tiger in the habitat to the right, she is a cold weather tiger. So she does really well in the cold weather. And then our boy, his name is Victor, he's also a cold weather